Uh, It was an old factory, but it was right here in the heart of a community. And as many, and Jerry, I don't know how you stuck with us for the 7 years leading up to that moment. We had a lot of candidates. Jerry mentioned 3 counties. I think it was actually 4 counties. We looked at all kinds of things, at the turnpike, here, there, and everywhere. But what we missed was being part of a community. And as much as we could not exactly envision how this facility as a factory could be repurposed, we knew this was where we wanted to be, if we could make it happen. So there were some big milestones, big impediments, hurdles we had to get over in that first year. First was, there was not enough parking. One of the first discussions I had with you, Jerry, is where are people gonna park? And you were like, we're gonna have to work that out. And enter the magicians at Quakertown Borough. Special thanks to Scott, you're here, Scott McElry, and Ed Scholl. Special thanks to you folks for really having the borough act in an untraditionally fast way to provide for the parking, and also work with the school district to get us special tax consideration. There's a lot of magic in that, multiple parcels being combined and subdivided, and that had to happen for us to be able to be here. And then, of course, there was financing, and it just so happens that Gorski and Synergis have many things in common. One of them is a great bank, Universe Bank and Trust Company. So Jackie Kelly, I don't know if you made it here. I see you back there. Hello. Key partners in helping making the financing happen. But there was still a gap, and that's where the Bucks County Industrial Development Authority came in, and Peter Krause provided critical second stage funding for through the Bucks to Invest initiative, and that made this financially feasible. So we're good to go, right? No, not quite. How the hell were we going to fit our modern technology company into an old factory? Well, enter revision architectures. Architecture. Well, I'm thirsty. I'm calling for a timeout. This is too exciting of a story to run. Enter revision architecture. These people are amazing. I don't know how anybody can look at an old facility. The folks at Revision Architecture, headed by Scott Kelly and Drew Levine, they came here, they met with our team, meeting after meeting, to understand us as a company, how we work, what's important to us, what are our values. And they took what we need, and then they looked at this old structure, and they figured out a way to really make it work for us. Now, they partnered with John Rebo, who's on the design team at Gorski Engineering, and our own design specialist, Bill Niddle, who's a degreed architect, to make some true magic happen. Our project here was headed up by Mark Mahovich, and what we were able to do is utilize technologies that we represent and supply to customers, supplied by Autodesk. There's a really powerful 3D design visualization and modeling tool called Revit, and what we were able to do, iteration after iteration, is have our functions laid out and tweak them back and forth, iteration after iteration, to see until we got it to a point where we knew it was exactly what we needed and how we could work in ways that we hadn't been able to work. The beauty of the visualization is not only could we walk through this space, and a deal hadn't even been made with the owners yet, we were able to walk through it, we were able to sit in every designed workstation, we were able to see what the lighting was going to be like, we were able to see how people were going to be able to collaborate. And that's how we take new technologies and put them to work for not only our customers, but ourselves in this case. So it was a fabulous, that part of the effort was fabulous. We got to the point where we were good to go, and we told Jerry, okay, we're good. Jerry said, well, there's one thing we need. You know what it is. It's a 10-year lease. And we were like, we're all in on that 10-year lease. We signed it, and I think it was less than 2 weeks before Jerry moved and closed on the property. So far so good. Now it all went to Jerry and his credentials as a great world-class design builder. It was for Jerry to make this design a reality. And the next 12 months, from October of 2013 until November of this year, were what Jerry and his team worked on. And I'll tell you what, it was to redefine the perimeter of this building. This particular section in this courtyard you see was all original inside the facility. Redefining the perimeter for this courtyard, the fits, the finishes, the attention to detail is just, it's spectacular. It's absolutely spectacular. And there's special credit to be given to the project manager for this, Steve Aldridge. I know you're here because you're a tall man, I see you in the back. And the magic on-site guy who was our Jim Kaiser. There was nothing, I don't care what we brought up, Jim Kaiser, not a problem. We give you a problem? Nope, that's not a problem, we'll handle it. He just made the magic happen. And I think it's terrific that the whole Gorski team, absent only 4 people, could make it out here today to celebrate this moment and to be able to see this new facility for themselves firsthand. So then Jerry gave us the green light. It's like, folks, it's all yours. Move on in. So on Friday, November 8th, I think that was the 7th. November 7th, gotcha. Friday, November 7th until the end of Saturday, literally in a day and a half, we, thanks to the adroit efforts of our Mark Mahovich, were coordinated to move both of our facilities and all of our infrastructure in here. We were live in a day and a half. And our people came through that door on Monday morning. And it was, you know, we knew from the visualization what it was going to look like. What we didn't know is what it was going to feel like. And I have chills on my spine when I'm talking to you right now. It was just, wow, wow, really? We're walking through this door. It was, you hear words like, it was wow. There were no words. It was wow. And person after person was like, wow. We were like in Disneyland. This is our Disneyland. And you know what? We get to come here every day. And as great as that was, there was still something we weren't too sure about. And that had to do with what we felt great about this community, but how was this community going to feel about us? Well, enter Quakertown Alive. And Naomi Naylor and Jan Polovitz, you extended a warm welcome to us. You gave us an award for a property of merit. And wow, you extended the warm welcome we felt. And even more importantly, on the open house that was held last Sunday, where the community was invited to come through as part of your winter initiative, we had neighbors, people who live around this building showing up, offering us plants, saying, thanks for being part of the community. And that means so much to us. You know, I've known this community for years and years, and at great personal expense, I will share with you that this is a safe community. It's a secure community. I know from a lunch that I took my now passed mom to when we went to the Carlton Cafe for lunch. At the end of a great lunch, it was time to go, and I asked her to give me the keys, and she told me I had the keys, and I said, no, darling Francis, you have the keys. And we went back and forth, but it turned out neither of us had the keys. And the chauffeur of the team, that was me, had left the car running outside the Carlton Cafe for an hour and a half. The only danger that car was in danger of was running out of fuel. So when I tell you this is an excellent, awesome community to be in, I can tell you firsthand. That's my validator. So here we are today at a new beginning. We have an ability to come through these doors. What's happening is, as two separate, isolated divisions, we couldn't do cross-company collaboration. We couldn't make the connections. In our first 2 weeks here, we had to wear name labels so we could get to know the guys on the other half that we only saw twice a year. So what we see today in these spaces, it's so easy to get together, to connect, to collaborate, to create new products and new solutions in ways we've never been able to do before. And we're living the dream. And this afternoon, we're inviting you to come and see that dream with us. Thank you.
nailed it.